Welcome back to the Swider Show. And this week we have a special guest, as always, a repeat guest, a recurring guest. In episode number 44, so it's a real Syracuse episode with a real Syracuse guy right here. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, it's great to be back. Good to be in this small group of recurring guests here. So, feeling pretty big time over here in Germany.
Oh
I
no,
think I think you're our most recurring guest, Jim. I think you're the only person to appear 3 times. Because technically,
This is two
we
for me.
I know, but you were on 3 episodes. Because remember, we banked the draft, and then like a couple weeks later, so you've been on 3 episodes. There's been 3 episodes of the Swider Show featuring Jimmy Boeheim. So I don't even know if you're a guest at this point. It's not even a guest, Swider.
That's big time.
we said he was going to be a correspondent.
Right.
When it blows up, I'm taking this to my lawyer and saying, 5% of everything's mine.
But yeah, we're super excited this week. We got some fun. We got some fun games for you guys. We got a little trivia. We got a little draft, and we're gonna get it going. We're gonna get it going this week. But first off, Jimmy, how you doing? Obviously, everyone knows that you're over in Germany now, and you guys are just getting in preseason. And I mean, not a lot of people probably know this, but the overseas preseasons are a little different than the United States preseasons.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Entering year 2 here over in Germany. Just the move-in process, the settling-in process is night and day from year 1. You kind of know what to expect. You're finding your local restaurants, your grocery stores, stuff like that right away that you need to get by. So I'm in week 3 here actually now. So I got all that more or less down. But yeah, we're just the preseason grind over here is real for sure. Practicing twice a day a lot of times. Playing a lot of, friendly games as they call it over here, not exhibitions or scrimmages. So yeah, we've played one of those already. New teams meshing pretty well. We got everyone here now, so yeah, it's been great so far.
So one thing about Jimmy, if you guys know Jimmy, he's naturally a picky eater. But last year he was very impressed by the food in Greece. Jim, give us your early impressions on the food in Germany.
Yeah, I mean the food in Greece is going to be very tough to beat. I think about it all the time. Still, like I think I might make a trip there after the season in the summer. Just to get some food and go to the beaches and stuff. But so far so good. Schnitzel is the big thing here, and it's kind of right down my alley. You got it. A thinly. I won't go into too much detail, but it's just a piece. Piece of chicken, piece of pork, and then it's thin. You bread it, fry it, put it on the plate and serve it with some potatoes or with some noodles or whatever. So, very basic, right down my alley. But I've been getting in my chef bag a little bit too.
Wow.
I figured it's about time I try to learn how to cook a little bit. So we're working on that a little bit too. I made some turkey burgers tonight. They were slightly above average, which is a step up for me.
Slightly above average. Love it.
Slightly above average.
About a 6 on my scale, probably a little overcooked, but put it in the notepad and be back next time, I guess.
Jim, could you explain the dynamics of a friendly game? Like, is that like a preseason game, or is it taken more seriously than that?
Yeah, no, it's a preseason game. They're pretty intense though. From the jump, it's because it's different. Like most NBA teams or college teams or whatever, a lot of them have a lot of guys coming back or whatever. But it's really usually a whole different team every year. So teams really put a lot of weight in those and really get a lot of use out of them because they only have 8 to 10 times to play against another team before the season goes full throttle. So yeah, you feel the weight. I mean, even in this one we played the other day, we went on the road about an hour and a half away, and the other team sold out their gym for a friendly game. So
Wow.
it was their practice gym, so it was smaller, but it was still kind of had the feel of a real game. So they're cool, and you don't really want to take those for granted just because there's so few of them, and it rolls right into the season. So
Jim, is it weird playing a game in August?
yeah, for sure. I mean, this one was particularly early. We'd only been here for week and a half practicing or so. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of playing a few different positions. So the plays are kind of all jumbled up in my mind. Sometimes I'm running on offense. I'm like, oh shoot, what's this one or whatever it may be. But just trying to give maximum effort in these games and just trying to get used to my teammates and stuff more than anything else. Trying to get your win too. Because you can
Big
you
time.
can work out all you want in the summer. You can play ones. You can play the occasional pickup game, but I mean, I'm sure you'll agree, until you get out there in a true 5-on-5 game setting,
Different, way
nothing can
different.
really prepare you for that except that. So, starting the game off and then those first 5 minutes, man, you feel like you just ran a marathon, no matter how good a shape you think you were going to the season. That adrenaline wears off, and you're in that game setting. So definitely needed that first sub around the 5-minute mark.
100%. 100%.
Jimmy, you weren't too rusty though. We can come back to how like the transition went and everything, but right before you left as the Q's faithful, now you played another year with Boeheim's Army. How was year two for that?
Yeah, man, it was good. I think year two was better than year one. We built on some stuff from last year. Really liked our group this year. It's always cool to play with those older guys that I grew up looking forward to. It's especially cool for me because, I was the little kid running around the locker room, and now, I'm out there playing with guys like Rock, Andrew White, whoever else it may be, Chris McCollum, etc. So it's always really cool for me to be out there. And the Cuse crowd was electric as always. It was really fun to play in Syracuse as always, and that third game against Buffalo was particularly awesome. Knocking off the defending champs and doing it in a pretty dominant fashion, especially in those last 3 quarters there. So that was a ton of fun. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, we ended up getting shipped down to Wheeling, West Virginia, on a bus ride the day before a game to play a team who had been there for, the whole week, settled in there and stuff. So, definitely felt a little bit of those dead legs, but at the end of the day, you're playing for $1 million. You got to be ready to play. And we weren't ultimately, and credit to Marshall. They played well, but, we were all pretty upset at that decision looking back. Went to the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. I mean, this city, half our guys couldn't even eat before the game because they had no DoorDash, nothing like that, and we didn't have cars. So it was definitely an interesting environment and whatnot. But like I said, it's always fun to play in the TBT, and it was unfortunate it ended that way, but I'm sure we'll be back next year.
Why was it hosted there?
That's a great question. It's one I haven't.
Is there any answer offered or no?
No, so the West Virginia regional was hosted there, and they couldn't have it in Morgantown because their gym has no AC, and during the summer, the court gets super sweaty and whatnot. So
right,
the closest was Wheeling. There's like a minor league hockey team that plays there, so the gym's cold and whatnot for the ice, and
because the setup was weird. You could tell it was like a hockey.
Yeah, I guess it was just the closest option for West Virginia. And my question wasn't that they hosted a regional there, but that they made us go there to meet there after we had already won our region and we were the higher seed than the team we played. And if we won that game, we would have bused straight to Philly from there, which is another 3.5 hours. So I feel like logistically, maybe something could have been done a little better, but the TBT is a great event. I love what they put on every year. And, like I said, it's always fun to play. And at the end of the day, it's $1 million. You got to be ready to play. And we were definitely flat in that one, and they weren't. So credit to them. Like I said, we'll be back next year, though. So there's my little media official answer for you at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, very media-like. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, Jimmy, John Elmore is actually on an E10 with the Heat. And he's been asking me, like what happened to Boeheim's Army that game. I was like, hey, don't worry about him. We'll be back next year. So, but one thing about John Elmore, he's
been a little TBT legend himself. I mean, he killed us. He's walking in that thing. He's playing so free and so loose, and that on top of it, the caliber player he is. I mean, he killed us that game. He's as soon as he crossed half court, he could put one up, and he put a couple up from back there and made them some big shots against us. So I mean, he's a great player, and I don't know. It sounds like you might have to lace him up with us next year, Swider. I don't know. You might have to put it in your contract, whatever it is. 2 to 3 weeks off for Boeheim's Army.
Hey man, Boeheim's Army seems like a really cool experience. Like just watching you guys play this year. It seemed like it was fun, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot of heavy pounding with practice or anything like that. So that's always good.
Yeah, man, it's loosened. I mean, it's like you always have a chance to put the orange back on one more time, So that's what I love about it more than anything.
The uniforms are great too. The old school GMAC/Mello design. Do you guys take applications for walk-ons? I have asked you this maybe 15 times, and you always start laughing, like take it as a joke. I'm like 60% joking, maybe.
I mean, Belby's already on the bench, and he was a walk-on, so you might have to battle out with him. I don't know how much room there is.
That is true. That is the guy to go to.
Yeah.
What do they say? 60% of the time it works every time, Patty?
Is that a saying?
Oh, Anchorman? You don't know Anchorman?
Oh, no, I can't quote movies like that. You're way better at that. Jim's real good at like that. Yeah, like the one-liners and shit.
I need Mark Lutz in here.
I know it, but I don't know it beforehand.
Is Lutz real good at it too?
Oh, Mark's the best.
Yeah, I could see that.
We were going back and forth when I was with him in L.A. It's great. Mark's the best.
Just screaming Adam Sandler lines back and forth?
No, it was mostly stepbrother lines. You know what I mean?
Right.
You guys could probably just do the whole monologue.
Go back and forth.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, Mark knows. But yeah, I think it's time to get into some trivia. Adam just gave us the alert that he's ready to go.
Are we good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. And Jimmy, I'm not gonna lie, right? Adam came in a couple weeks ago as a relief pitcher, did a great job. Finished out the last couple innings of the game, so this is Adam's time to shine right here. Here's some trivia with Adam. What are we gonna call this, Patty? Trivia with Adam?
Yeah, that sounds creative enough. Trivia with Adam.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't excited.
Spot or anything.
No, I'm not sure I enjoyed the process of getting these questions because I really don't know how many you're gonna get. You might get all of them. You might get none of them. So I guess we'll see.
Well, Jim struggles with where players went to college, so I hope those are kind of lame. But Adam, were you going to get into it, or should I explain the format?
Let me explain what I found, and you can tell me if you think it's all right. I got 10 questions or 10 possible points that you can get. Right. I got 5 players that went to some weird colleges, and you're going to see if you can all get them, all 3 of you. Or like separately, you're going to do individual answers. And then I've got 5 some NBA and college trivia, other questions. So you have 10 possible points to get. We'll see who's the...
I like it.
Wait, so there's like, are we answering the same 5 people? Or does Jimmy get 5, then Cole gets 5? Okay.
No. Same 5 people.
No, I like that better.
We're gonna hold up our signs for our online audience. And then Adam will say... Cole's correct, Jimmy's correct, Patty's correct, 1 point each, and we're going to go from there. Yep.
Yeah, well, also, Adam, when we raise it up, just say, like, Patty, your answer is, and then I'll say it into the mic for our audio audience. Yep. Nice and organized.
All right, so, I mean, I think it's possible to get all 5. I think it's possible to get 2 out of 5 maybe also, so we'll see. Let's get started. First up, where did Larry Bird go to college?
Oh, my God, that's a layup.
Hey, it's increasing in difficulty, I'd say. So
should I even write this down?
Yeah, no, seriously.
I have the jersey.
Yeah.
Cole, what do you got?
Indiana State.
Patty? Still writing crossing out his first answer, I guess.
I have Indiana.
What? Patty?
It is the Indiana State.
He started at Indiana, showed up, didn't like Bob Knight.
That's
where
he
first
played.
Day at campus.
He said,
where did he go to college? I mean, like, if the question is where did Swider go to college, and you say Villanova, it's technically right. No, I wrote down Indiana State too. I was trying to be an asshole.
So everyone gets a point on the first one. That's all right.
That's why I scribbled out the S.
Yeah.
That was advanced thinking by me. Jim was not expecting that.
We all knew that. Come on.
All right. How about Damian Lillard?
You should get eliminated from the from the game if you get this one wrong.
Who, me?
No, especially you, Patty.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah. Actually, everyone hold it up. All right. Everyone got it. It's Weber State. We're getting increasingly difficult here.
Jim, is it Weber or Weber?
I think it's Weber.
Is it Weber?
Is it Weber? I hear both ways.
I say Weber.
If Jimmy says Weber, I think it's Weber. That's not me.
You know Weber State's in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real random.
Isn't it no, never mind.
Big
think
Sky?
Provo is. Yeah, no, I know it's Big Sky, but I was going to say Provo, Utah, but I think that's BYU.
All right, this is the last famously hard one, and then we're gonna get to some impossible ones, I think. Robert
Okay.
Parrish.
Oh my gosh, that's before my time. Wow.
Wow.
What a turn. Two of the easiest ones I've ever heard, and then Robert Parrish right on our chin. Yeah.
That's. I mean, yeah. I don't even know if I could watch it more or less, unless it's Larry Bird. So I got nothing for you guys. I don't think.
Damn,
Good work, Lewis.
Cole says Utah. Patty says Purdue. Jimmy says IUPUI. You're all incorrect. It's I can't even say it. Hold on. Centenary College or University or something.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, so we all got two.
That's all right. That's why you do 10 questions, right?
All right.
All right. How about Dennis Rodman?
Oh, this is another random one.
Yeah.
You have to get this one exact. I will say also, like, there's multiple words. You have to get them all. So it's kind of a hint and kind of a penalty.
I've watched The Last Dance 127 times, and I still can't think. Like,
I wrote you saw it.
It's an NAIA school, but I don't know the school.
So it's Southeastern Oklahoma State.
Oh.
They just put every single geographical direction you could possibly put in a name. They just put it in the shit.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right.
P2s and stuff are tough. All right.
The last
Rebound
college is Earl Monroe, another old player.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know Earl Monroe.
You don't know Earl Monroe? He also played. He also played Division II. I forget what the name of the school is though.
I'm going back to the well. USI.
Oh, did you put USI for the last one?
Yeah.
Also put USA.
USI. Cole, what do you got?
Right next
It's
to
all
the
right.
Casey jersey in the rafters.
I don't know. Just guessing. Colorado College.
Winston-Salem State University.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
You like that,
Didn't
Jim?
I think Stephen A. Smith went there too.
He did.
I just want to make sure everyone knows that Patty told me make them as hard as possible, and then the little pause emoji. So I wanted to make it sure everyone knows that I was supposed to make these like near impossible questions.
You did.
I just thought like it would be after the iPhone was invented that these players play basketball, but
1944.
that was my bad.
Earl Monroe
Yeah.
was born.
I think I can name any current player in the NBA where they went to college, more or less. Missing
Okay.
about a handful,
We'll have you on next week and figure that out. I've got 5 trivia questions now.
right,
We're gonna give out a couple points, I think. What
Nice.
country was Kyrie Irving born in? I mean, I thought this one was easy. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
It's
actually
not that
don't.
hard. I don't think I can.
I actually don't know. Am I allowed to Google it?
Cole says Spain. Patty.
Can you see it? There it is. I put Germany because Jimmy's on the.
The France.
It's Australia, fellas.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that after you said that.
Okay.
Why was he born there? Do we know?
His dad was playing over there, probably.
Yeah, his dad played over there.
Very nice.
All right. What
Learn
year?
something.
You might have seen this movie, maybe not. What year did the first Jordan shoe come out?
I saw the movie too. Damn.
Yeah. I got it. No. Oh, I think I got it.
Yeah,
I don't
Cole,
know if
go
I'm
first.
right or wrong.
Cole has 84. Patty,
I
I also have 84.
Jimmy, 84.
All
You're all
right.
correct.
All right,
Yeah.
nice.
That's a great movie.
Really good movie.
That's all right.
It was the same year. It's the same year he won the dunk contest.
What was that?
That's
His
right.
second year or
Really?
third? Or,
No, he was
it not
in
his-
the 84 draft
It was his rookie year, right? That's what I
Mhm.
guessed.
because they paid the fine that Nike that the NBA Nike paid the fine that the NBA gave Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
For wearing the shoes.
I was just guessing. I was just trying to think when his rookie year was.
So we're all
He-
3 for
he was
7 right
84
now.
draft. Yeah, we all have 3 points.
All right. So if we're If we're shooting threes, then we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, if we're shooting free throws, though, it's not great.
No. But the way Adam's asking these questions, these are 3-pointers.
Well, half the people in the college thing, 3-pointer wasn't invented, so we got to go by free throws.
Yeah, but actually at the same time, we're 2 for 2 on layups, 1 for 5 on threes.
What year was the 3-pointer introduced?
No way, that's the question. Is it really?
That is the question.
Wow.
Oh, what a question! In the
in
NBA
college or in NBA?
The question is for the NBA, but if you give the correct college answer, I'll give you a point also.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I should have worded it better.
All right, have a guess.
I might be wrong. I think actually. I'm
I
second
think I
guessing
am
myself.
wrong. Yeah, I'm second guessing it too.
I got an answer though. Show your answers. I did the season.
Sure. Patty's got 1982 to 83. Swider's 85. Jimmy's 78. The correct answer would be the 79-80 season.
Wait, what about
college?
college?
This is NBA. College is 1980-81. So it's still people are incorrect.
Wow.
No way, dude. I was thinking of the NC State documentary.
NC State, me too.
Yeah,
me too. Yeah, Whitmore.
No, Wittenberg.
Wittenberg.
Yeah, he's just hucking threes. It looks so funny because the top of the key 3 like goes through the actual top, like the circle. Like it's not at the top;
yeah.
It goes through it.
Ralph Sampson. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn. All of us were right in the ballpark, and none of us got it. So what? We all have 3 still, right?
Standings update: 3 for 8. We've got the last question is 2 answers. And if you get one of them, it's 1 point. If you get both of them, it's 3 points. So technically, you could have had 11 points. But it's going to be a tough one. So UCLA famously won 10 titles in 12 years from 1964 to 1975. What were the 2 teams that won the years that they didn't?
Wait, what were the years? 64 to 75?
64 to 75, UCLA won 10 out of those 12 years.
Damn, that is a good question.
Can you say the years one more time?
64 to 75.
Thank you.
All right, I have 2 teams. I think I got at least one.
Cole, you can go first.
I have San Francisco and Texas Western.
All right, I wrote that down. Patty?
I also have San Francisco and Kentucky.
Kentucky for Jimmy.
I think San Fran was earlier in that. I think mine might also be earlier in that. I put Kentucky and Loyola Chicago.
Okay, so the 2 teams was NC State and Texas Western.
Yep.
Damn it. I thought that was earlier.
Glory Road, 1966, right? Right,
Was
Adam?
it 66?
I think so. I can double check. I had it up a minute ago.
I thought that was like 62.
When was Bill Russell at San Francisco?
It was
Like
right
the
before
50s.
that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like late 50s, maybe?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, he's old.
He was definitely rattling off titles and like
Texas Western in 1966 and NC State in 74.
NC State won 2 in 10 years. That's so random.
They won in 83 also, right? Yep.
I'm disappointed I didn't guess Texas.
All right, so
Western.
Swider won.
Swider wins. First ever trivia challenge.
I would say you had the longest odds by far. I thought the old time like the college guys was tough, but that was also my guidance. So Jimmy was on, I think, for our last draft. My antenna's up here because we're doing NBA 2K players. So the objective here is not like, for example, like I said in the last time Jimmy was on, worst feelings in basketball, you're not going to be like, oh, buzzer beater to lose the game. Swider, I think, picked that. Here, you're not going to pick like Michael Jordan. The goal is guys who are better in, like, you're on 2K, you might sub this guy in from the bench over a starter. He might be 78 overall, but he plays like he's 95 overall. So that's the whole objective.
Right.
Disproportionately good in 2K.
Mm-hmm. Like, you think that you see a highlight of this guy, you're like, oh, he was awesome in 2K. Got it? Got the objective? Now, it could be still, like, most of my players were really, really good.
I'd love to start if I could because I have to get my first guy. Have to get him.
All right, we could go Jim 1, Swider, you could go 2, I'll go 3.
All right. To preface all this, I was a 2K, really 2K 10 to 16 guy. But first pick, I mean, this guy, he was the best player in the game. I don't care. Better than everyone in the game. Me and my friends had a rule where you couldn't even use him. My first pick is Rudy Gay.
Yeah, he was on my board. He was like 3rd.
Click X and he is dunking the ball.
Wait, you couldn't use him? I feel like that's excessive.
So you could use LeBron, but you couldn't use Rudy Gay?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
You guys must have just sucked at 2K.
No, Rudy Gay was that good.
All right, that's a good pick. I really would like to have qualms with it, but I don't. Swider, go ahead.
With my pick, I'm going to go with Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin was unstoppable in 2K at a point. If you threw an alley-oop up at the rim, he was dunking, especially in 2K13 when you couldn't block a dunk. So I'm gonna go Blake Griffin with the number 2 overall pick.
That's another good pick. I would be hating on him more because he's too good. But my first overall pick, I think Jimmy, you said Rudy Gay is the best. I think the best 2K player ever is Tracy McGrady on the Magic, which is like you're playing with like the old time teams. But I mean, he could shoot. He's so athletic. Gets a shot off anywhere. Can't really guard him. I think he's definitely better than Jordan in the game. I think he's the best 2 guard in the game, and I think my entire list is 2 guards. So, yeah, Tracy McGrady off the board. Snake comes back to me. This is a little bit more off the beaten path. I'm going to go Gerald Green. That's right. That's right in that.
That's great value. That's great value.
Yeah, that's right in that that era you said, Jim, like 2K8 to like probably 2K15, especially when he was probably like a 75 overall, if that.
Yeah.
He was coming off the
value.
bench. He was like an 8th man. Like you're saying, Swider, if you got a guy that can catch oops in 2K, like you can just double click Y or whatever it is on PlayStation for our PlayStation users. I don't know what it is. Triangle. If they could catch it and dunk it, it's such an advantage. He played like Tracy McGrady. He could get a shot off. He banged threes.
He was unbelievable.
He could shoot too. That was the thing about him. He was second on my big board. Great pick.
That is a great pick.
I like my board. T-Mac and Gerald Green.
Gerald Green might not flash with a lot of eyes, but if you play 2K, you know his value.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good pick.
This might not be a popular pick, but I just had a lot of success with him in 2K9, 2K10, 2K11. Obviously being
Kobe
from
Bryant.
Boston.
Yeah.
No. Obviously being from Boston, this guy was a staple of those teams. I'm gonna go Ray Allen. Ray Allen. He could shoot.
He's kind of like T-Mac.
Yeah. But he was still athletic enough where you could dunk with him, but he was an unbelievable shooter and his timing was really good. So I'm gonna go Ray Allen with the number 2 pick. Ray Allen.
All right. You guys are going all 2 big names for me, so I'm gonna take us back here to reality a little bit. I'm gonna take Anthony Morrow here with my second pick.
Wow.
The crap out of the ball.
Patty, where did he go to college?
Anthony Morrow? I have no idea, I don't think. Do you know, Jim?
Jim, you know where he went to college? I might be mistaken.
Was he a Memphis guy?
I might be mistaken. I think he went to Creighton.
I don't know. I don't think Creighton's right.
Adam Lewis in the chat said Georgia Tech. I didn't have that at all.
I didn't have that. Wow. Good call.
I was trying to think of a shooter, and I actually might. I have one on my board that I might take later on, but that's a good pick, Jim.
Jimmy, you might not.
That's very much in the spirit of the draft. He was probably like a 58 overall. No, that's way worse than he actually.
Jimmy,
he didn't miss, and he was pretty athletic too, so he could get downhill a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't miss. He was an A+ in every game 3-point shooting.
Jimmy, you might not win the actual draft, but you might win it with the respect of others.
That's what I'm going for. I'm going for the respect of real hard 2K players.
Yeah.
All right. I love the way my team's looking right now, and I have the snake, right?
Jim, before your next pick, are you good at 2K? Like, how would you rate your 2K abilities?
Now I'm terrible, but I would say from 2K12 to 2K16, I was a pretty good player, but I haven't played the game since 16.
Like, can you compare your skill level of 2K to an NBA player right now?
I'm probably not in the league.
No, I'm saying like at your height, at your peak, 2K14.
Oh, 2K16 was probably my peak. Me and Adrian used to play every single trip. There was one trip, an NCAA trip, I beat him 15 times in a row. One of the highlights of my life, probably. But at my peak, I was like probably a borderline all-star, not quite an all-star, but someone who was kind of knocking at the door. I was a pretty good player, man.
Like a Jamal Murray type.
I mean, shoot, he got the ring though. I wouldn't say Jamal Murray. I'd say probably a notch below Jamal Murray.
McCollum, CJ McCollum.
Portland,
I like
CJ McCollum. Yeah, I like CJ. Not gonna win, any awards or not gonna win, a title, but a guy who could get the job done.
Not gonna win a title. Just throwing that out there.
I wasn't a one sport athlete. FIFA was always my main game. So 2K was a side game. But anyway, so speaking of 2K16, 2K12, either way, I am gonna take Iman Shumpert here.
Really?
Pick.
Guy was by everyone to the cup,
and he can really shoot it.
That
I don't remember. I don't think I ever played it.
I played with that Knicks team every single time. That was my team. Amari was to the bench immediately. Didn't see the court. Guy just infuriated me, and I put in a different guy who I might take on the way back with my fourth pick if he's still there. But I'm going to take Iman Shumpert.
A different guy, a 4-man on the Knicks. May not be a 4-man actually. I think I might be stealing your pick, Jim. But go ahead, Swider. It's you now.
Okay, going off the theme of athletic ability and being able to shoot the ball, I'm going to go with J.R. Smith here. I'm going to go with J.R. Smith.
He's on my list.
Smith.
That's what I was hinting at just now, Jim.
Not who I was thinking of, but he's on my list.
All right, I don't know what direction I want. You got anything to add to the J.R. Smith pick, Swider? It's kind of the same qualities that we were talking about with Gerald Green, T-Mac, everyone else. I got two here, which I kind of hate. I already took my heavy hitters. I'm gonna go Josh Smith on the Hawks.
Yeah,
he was like an all-star, but he was definitely better in 2K than he was in real life. Like if you were doing a fantasy draft, like you guys ever do fantasy draft mode in 2K?
He was always going above ADP. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like he would be like a first, second round pick in a fantasy draft. You could always block shots, get steals. He was nice.
Really good pick.
The wraparound, I don't know who I want to go with here. I'm gonna go 2K13 specifically. So this is 1 year of this guy. This guy did make an all-star team, but this specific year is another example of him being one of the best players in the game when he was not necessarily the best player in the NBA. Denver Nuggets, Andre Iguodala.
Great pick.
I think he might be my favorite player I've ever played with in 2K.
I love that pick.
You could put him on your best guy. Like he could go toe to toe with LeBron in 2K13, which is maybe peak LeBron. So yeah, I love my draft. I'm thrilled with my draft. We'll recap after, but yep, there it is.
That's a very solid pick. I like that Andre Iguodala pick. Looking at positions here, this might not be a popular pick, but I had a lot of success with him in 2K, specifically when he was on the Milwaukee Bucks early. I'm going to go with Brandon Jennings.
Yeah, good pick.
Brandon Jennings here.
Here's a bucket.
He was fast. He could shoot the three. He was reliable, and yeah, I think when he was on Milwaukee Bucks, he was a very, very good 2K player. So I'm going to go Brandon Jennings with my final pick here.
I absolutely loved Brandon Jennings. There's a moment in my life where I used to say Brandon Jennings was my favorite player in the NBA. I also, full transparency, I don't know if I've told the show this before, I may have DM'd him once or twice to come on the show. He's like top 5 of my dream guest. And now he's on Gilbert Arenas' pod. which is like, I don't know. I feel like a collab could work. So Brandon Jennings, if you're out there listening, we love you. You're on our Mount Rushmore of 2K players. That's a great pick, Swider. I wasn't expecting that at all.
It was a really good pick. I love Brandon Jennings too. I have 3 guys left on my board. Really would be happy with any of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the ability to shoot, but also the explosiveness to get to the cup. Because, in those 2K12 to 16s, it wasn't really about being able to dribble or being shifty. If you were fast and could jump and could shoot, you were pretty much unstoppable. So that being said, I'm going to take Terrence Ross.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Raptors, Terrence Ross, to be specific.
He didn't miss. He didn't miss, bro. I got 70 with Terrence Ross one time. Wow.
He had a real easy release,
Jim.
too.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Like when you can release the button.
He was in the dunk contest. He was dunking on it.
Yeah, that's another good pick.
Oh, Jim, that's a great pick. Wait, do we have 4 or 5 picks?
I thought we were doing 4. Are we doing 5?
Oh, we're only doing 4?
I'll do 5.
Okay.
So, Jim, what do you think? Do you want to go a bonus round? I could do a bonus round.
I mean, basketball teams have 5 guys, so I would come back around.
Yeah. Let's go one more.
All right, so I'm left with 2 now. So I have another guy that is an athlete shooter. I won't take him because I've done that so many times. I'll take the guy I was talking about earlier. Give me Steve Novak.
Okay.
Knicks.
I like it. I like the pick.
If you hit X, didn't matter if you timed it right. Didn't matter if there was a guy in your face. The ball was going through the net. So give me Steve Novak. Wrap up my draft.
Quality late round pick.
I actually love that we went extra round because I completely forgot about someone.
Yeah, I'm stuck here because going off of Jim. I think I have Ray Allen. I have J.R. Smith. I have shooting. You know what I mean? I do have shooting. But there can never be too much shooting on the court. And see, I would take this player, but I'm not going to do it because he's too mainstream. So I'm gonna go Kyle Korver with my last pick. I'm gonna go Kyle Korver, especially Atlanta Hawks Kyle Korver. I was gonna go Dirk Nowitzki because he was unbelievable in 2K, but he's too mainstream. So I'm gonna go Kyle Korver.
I like that.
I'm gonna stay with the theme here and take Peja Stojakovic.
Nice,
great pick.
Nice.
All 3 of us just rounded out with snipers. I like
that.
Down that alley, I was also thinking Hito was really good.
Hito, yep.
I could never play with Hito. He was too slow.
He can shoot.
Wait, so Jim, let's recap. Let's recap our 5, and then you can go on honorable mentions.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. So I got the best player in 2K history in Rudy Gay. Got Iman Shumpert as my point guard. I mean, I don't know if we're doing a real roster. Iman Shumpert, Anthony Morrow. We got Terrence Ross and Steve Novak.
I like that list a lot, Jim.
Thank you.
The Terrence Ross pick in the 4th round was very high quality.
You freaked out at that. I've never seen you react like that to anything.
No, because
that's what made me feel good about the pick. I already liked the pick, but the way that Cole reacted to the pick is awesome.
No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick, Jim. Well, my first round pick, I had Blake Griffin. My second round pick was Ray Allen. My third round pick was J.R. Smith, Brandon Jennings, and then Kyle Korver. So a lot of shooting, a lot of quickness. Some solid defensive players besides Korver, but I like my team. I like my team a lot.
I had T-Mac first overall, Gerald Green. Who was my third round? Oh, Josh Smith, Iguodala, and Peja.
3 really solid teams topped. I mean, the fans are going to have the tough time.
I think we did well. I think we did very well.
I want to get this to the real 2K community though and see what they think. This is a very good.
We might have to hit a Reddit. I'll find like a 2K Reddit, like the 2K League Reddit, and put it in there.
Yeah,
Jim, like your team is very good in 2K, but if they think it's basketball players, you might not get it.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's. I mean, Anthony Morrow, like 95% of people who see this list probably won't even remember him.
No idea. All right, Jim, who'd you have left off?
The only guy I didn't take who was really good in the game was Jason Richardson, specifically Magic Jason Richardson.
Also on my list.
Really nice. Yeah.
Swider, you have anyone you didn't pick?
I think we had a really good draft.
I'm trying to think. Jason Richardson is a great one. He was a really good player in 2K. We're kind of sticking to the theme of like can shoot and then really athletic, so can get to the basket.
Yeah. Can we get a couple of centers or something? Can you guys think of a center who was really good?
I was
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, but like you need a Chris Paul to make him good.
Find those players. I got Brandon Jennings.
There was a while there that Al Jefferson was pretty good, and
Al was good
because you hold down the L, and then he would do the post move. It was like an up and under, just a bucket every time. Yeah.
You know who else I had who was really good was Ty Lawson. Also, he was nasty with the Nuggets.
I'm not great with small guys. I love Monte Morris. For a while, I used to sit Jamal Murray and play Monte Morris over him. I also had Ben Simmons on the Sixers, which, I mean, he was like making All-NBA, but he was one of the best players in the game. I had Chris Mullin, Baron Davis, Steve Francis. And then have you ever like downloaded a draft class? Like say it's NBA 2K16 and it's in the summer, so they haven't come out with the new ones, like the 2017 draft class. And you download the draft class that other people made. Say, I don't know, like Malik Beasley or Emmanuel Mudiay are on the team. They could be 78 overall, and they're like playing as if they're 98. Like I remember playing with those guys. Any created player, what your overall is, you could probably add about 15 to it, and that's what they actually are. So I wanted to. That actually would have been my first pick, but it's too elaborate to explain.
You know who else was a good one? When you talk about like the games that had the legendary teams on them, you know, obviously you think about everyone wants to play with like the big name legends, but the legend who no one ever talks about, who's nasty, Mark Price.
I never really
Mark
got to play
Price
with
is very good.
He did not miss. Mark Price was nasty.
You like the tiny, like speedy point guards, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Also, along those lines, you ever play with Walt Davis? Is that his name?
The guy from the
I don't even know who that is.
Is that a guy, Swider, or am I butchering his name?
I don't know. I don't know who Walt Davis is, but I believe
I think he just made someone up.
No, I didn't. But
all right, great draft, Jim. Always a pleasure. We'll see who wins. Before we go, I know it's midnight. Is it midnight or is it 11 where you're at?
It's midnight.
Wow, 12:02. All right, we won't take too much more of your time, but quick Buffalo Bills preview. What are you expecting out of the boys this year?
Yeah, you know, got to go to that practice before I left in Rochester, which was awesome. I felt like a little kid out there. Got to meet, you know, Josh and Vaughn and Diggs and talk to Coach McDermott a little bit. So I was really like a little kid out there. It was awesome. But really liked what I saw. You know, I think people are kind of counting us out this year after, you know, a disappointing postseason last year, that game against the Bengals. But people forget, you know, we were 13 seconds from really maybe winning the Super Bowl if we beat the Chiefs the year before. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. I think our offense is electric. It's really excited to see what happens there, and think, you know, we're getting Vaughn back healthy, getting some guys back healthy on defense. So, I mean, yeah, it's a Super Bowl or bust mentality for me. I think we're that good. I think we can do it. So, oh yeah, I'm still in that.
Are you first name basis with the boys?
Yeah, you know, I was talking to, you know, I'm in a group chat now with Josh and Stefan. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
I've always respected that. Whenever you're watching any of your teams, you just call them by their first name.
Yeah, and
you say, "Come on, Gabe, you got to run a better route than that." Holy shit, we got two Swiders.
We got two Swiders. So, do you ask Swider how excited he is to watch the Pats finishing fourth in the AFC East this year, or not really?
I'm excited, man.
Touchy subject.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the Pats this year, man. You know, we got we still got Baby Goat, we still got Mac.
This is wild.
Yeah, no. You guys cut your best quarterback today.
Who?
Zappy. He got cut.
Did they cut him?
Yeah, they cut him.
Yeah. Come on.
He left. He left. He's so rattled about the Patriots this coming year that he just left.
So my computer died every single time I was trying to put my Every time I try to
I
put my
was so
charger,
confused.
every single time I try to put my charger in, it stopped recording. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, we're gonna contend in the AFC East. You can't count Belichick out, and we're gonna compete. Who knows what the circumstances will be by the end, but we're gonna compete. I know that.
Patty, Eagles, anything?
The Eagles are. I mean, it's them and everyone else in the NFC.
Oh my gosh.
Who else is good in the
You can't
NFC?
count out the 49ers, bro.
Oh, in the NFC. Yeah, the NFC.
I guess so.
There's 5 teams in the AFC that would have a better chance of winning the NFC than anyone other than the Eagles.
Wait, say that again?
There's at least 5 teams in the AFC that would have as good of a chance, have a better chance than anyone else in the NFC of winning the NFC.
Oh yeah. I thought you were saying there's 5 teams that would like easily win the NFC if the Eagles were still in it. No, I agree with you.
I'll put the 49ers in that category as well, though.
Dude,
I know, but there's just like there's so many question marks. Not so many question marks, but they just don't have a quarterback. The Eagles' schedule is harder again, or harder than it was last year because they had such an easy schedule last year.
it was a joke, dude. The Eagles train, I'm telling you right now, it's my prediction. They'll fall back a little bit. They'll have a good year, make the playoffs, maybe win.
But what is falling back?
Like, you'll win 10, 11 games.
10 games, really.
11.
Look at their schedule. You can't get to 7 losses if they stay healthy, which is a caveat that you
Last
say.
year's schedule was just such a joke. I mean, I'm excited to see.
I mean, they beat the shit out of everyone in the playoffs, though, too.
Yeah, who'd you guys play in the playoffs? The Commanders?
I don't know.
You guys are LeBron fans. I'm just using this argument that you've used for 12 years. Sorry, Swider. That was my bad.
Low blow.
But no, I think the Eagles, like, if they have some injuries, if they have some mishaps, if things go wrong at any point, I think they probably go like 15-2. Otherwise, I think undefeated is on the table. I think that's more likely than them. I think
they're the worst fan base in the country.
I'm not even a fanatical. Well, that's just because like it's the only 2 fan bases,
No, they're just obnoxious.
Jim, what are your takes? What's your take on the New York Jets?
I'm not worried about them at all. They're going to take week 1, Bills, Jets, double digit, no problem. Get them out of here.
Is that Monday Night Football?
Yeah,
Sunday Night Football. Yeah,
first game in New York. I mean, listen, Rodgers. He tends to start off slow. It's going to take him some time to mesh, even though he's Rodgers. Whatever. Didn't have a good year last year. It's not just going to be all. They're not going to come in here and just be elite. It's still the Bills division. We've won 4 years in a row. This will be the 4th. I can't even keep counting more, but. People are.
Right, we're not going to start that. We're not going to start that after.
So what's your AFC East prediction?
The Bills won. The Pats 4, and then, I mean, I could really see. The Jets will probably end up 2, but I think.
Really, I think Miami's going to be good.
I think the Bills will comfortably win the division where it won't come down to the last week. I think it'll be wrapped up going into week 18. We rest our starters going to the playoffs, unless we're in a hunt for home field, which is possible with like the Chiefs or somewhere or the Bengals. But I think the division will be wrapped up going into the last week.
Final prediction: what's your AFC NFC winner? Do each championship and then Super Bowl and then winner. Is that what you're gonna ask him, Swider?
I was going to ask you, what's the realistic opportunity that the Bills make the AFC Championship?
I think it's very realistic. I think it's probable.
All right, then answer my question.
So I think the Bills come out, and I think I wanted to go with someone a little bit different. Like, I'm tempted to say the Cowboys just because it's such an open division. And I mean, they got to do it eventually, I feel like, but I don't want to. That'd be me if I wanted to go bold here. I don't think the 49ers are good enough. I just think the Eagles are just chalk, so I'm not going to say the Eagles.
Who's left? Cardinals? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bills Cowboys. Bills win the Super Bowl.
All right.
Don't make me look stupid, Dak.
That's a good thing about having the recorded word, though. We can just make this a clip when you're wrong.
Yep.
What about you guys? You guys gotta go now.
I got Eagles Chiefs rematch. Eagles win by 30.
Chalk. 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 Chalk.
I don't even care. Do you know Mahomes as a starter is 75-19, including playoffs? 15 wins a year.
Stupid stat.
It's our stat of the week.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm going to go Bengals 49ers. Bengals win 31-17.
Oh, we're doing score. I love that. 31-17.
Yep.
I like that prediction. I love the Bengals. They probably have the coolest team in the league.
Joe Burrow's going to get it done because he's pissed. Joe Burrow's going to get it done because he's pissed about Mahomes getting another one.
Yeah.
Going back, I'll say 27-17 Bills over Cowboys.
Do I have to do a score now?
I guess so.
I'll go 31. No, you said 31, Swider. I'll go 27-6.
I thought you said by 30.
Yeah, it's by
That's
21.
only 21 points.
Yeah,
The Chiefs aren't scoring a touchdown again in the Super Bowl. Part two.
That's horrible.
27-6 Eagles.
Like 45-21 or something. Like,
I mean, last year there was so much scoring. I think they kind of just.
It's bound to not happen again. It's a lot of that.
No touchdowns.
a little Patriots Rams Super Bowl. 13-3.
You can make a lot of money off that one if you truly believe it.
But
Patriots are
All right, Jim, you got anything else for us? Any more takes you want to get off your chest?
Just give me a crazy take, Jim, for the NFL season coming up. Something that you truly believe.
Denver Broncos win the AFC West.
Wow.
really?
Wow.
You wanted a bomb, I give you a bomb. Bounce back year for Russ.
I'm rooting for him.
I kind of hate that. I feel like they'll finish, third? Raiders are real bad. But, all right, that's a good take. That's what we're here for. Yeah, just off the top of your head. Have you been cooking that one up, or did you just think of that on the spot?
Yeah, that one's been thrown in my mind for a little bit.
Okay. I have a take as well.
I'd love to hear it.
Go ahead, man.
This doesn't involve this NFL season, but Caleb Williams will be the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals next year.
I don't think that's. Have you seen the graphic of their starting offense for week 1?
Yeah,
Kyler isn't even on it, right?
No, he's hurt. He's hurt till like week 10, and they're saying they might not even play him at all. Their week 1 roster, their skill positions is like.
No, you're saying it's bad?
Oh my gosh. Real bad. No one's playing with them in Madden.
This also doesn't necessarily pertain to this year, but I think I've said it to both of you. I think Justin Jefferson is already the best receiver of all time. And I'm just saying that right now.
And in 10 years, I'm just going to be right. You know how Bob Knight in The Last Dance, it's 1984, it's right after Jordan graduated from UNC. He's he's the best basketball player I've ever seen. I think that about Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
And I have a podcast now, so I can just get it out to the masses. I think Mahomes already is the best quarterback ever, and he's the best wide receiver ever. And we're just watching both of them. So I encourage our listeners to sit back and enjoy it. So, yeah, there we go. Slam dunk on both of you.
Cannot wait to come back to this video. Broncos
in 15 years.
13-4.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the Swider Show. Another week.
Yeah.
Jim, thanks for coming on, my guy. It was a pleasure having you. Nothing better than hot takes by Jim and just hearing Jim's analysis on things. So shout out to Jim for coming on the show. We're going to kick it over to Patty for the outro.